everybody? How's everybody doing this Friday afternoon? What's happening? Hit that like button as you come in here. We're going to do this little hot take. This is my version of Porter Rock's hot take. Shout out to Porter Rock 77. And this is going to be a hot take. And we're gonna talk about the news that MLB The Show is going to Game Pass day and date. And we're going to talk about how some ponies are going nuts. And that's where I'm going to leave it. I'm going to give you my opinion on it because people have hit me up on Twitter, and I'm just going to give you my opinion on it, give you my thoughts. Okay, let's start with the publishing. Okay, Sony self-published this title to the PlayStation. This is the deal they struck with MLB. Okay, MLB wanted this game to go multi-plat. MLB owns this game along with the MLB Players Association. This has already been talked about, but we're just going to go back over it again. MLB and MLB Players Association wanted this game to go multi-plat, and they were looking to possibly go multi-plat and give the license. This is MLB's license. Give it to either EA or Activision. So Sony struck a deal with them so that they could still develop the game and self-publish the game to the PlayStation platform. MLB actually went out and they published this game to Xbox, and I think they're going to publish it to PC, although they may be going with another studio. So Sony does not have the full licensing rights of this game. Okay, they lost those rights last year. So that's the publishing. Hopefully you all understand it. I'll say it again. Sony self-published the title to the PlayStation. Sony Santa Monica is still the developer, but that's it. That's the only sole thing Sony has to do with the game. MLB still allows Sony to make the game because they like the game. They like Sony's attention to detail, so forth, so on. So Sony kept the game, and they kept a self-publishing license. MLB owns the game. MLB self-published this game to the Microsoft platform. It is Microsoft that went out and struck a deal with MLB. Microsoft struck a deal with MLB, not with Sony, because Sony self-published. So all these people that are upset about it, saying Jim Ryan's got to go, stuff like that, this has nothing to do with Jim Ryan. And I would say this about anybody in charge. If it was Sean Layton, it would have nothing to do with Sean Layton. This all has to do with MLB being the provider of that license. Nothing more, nothing less. So again, I'll tell you if Jim Ryan was involved in this. This was happening before Jim Ryan even got there. They were going to have to renew that license. They lost the license last year. People talked about it last year for like 3 days, and it just wasn't a big deal because it's like, yeah, Sony doesn't own the license to MLB. They don't. So all these people running around, and I heard this. Look. I heard J-Tech talking. I tried to get on this show real quick, but I had other stuff going on. He was wanting to know how this benefits people right now. Well, for one thing, again, you got to understand J-Tech still looks through the eyes of everything through the console war. The console war is over. Sony controls 64 to 66% of the market, period. So the console war ended. I specifically said there are going to be people, they're going to have to find something else to do who are looking through this in the eyes of the console war. But how does this benefit you as a Sony player? Nothing changed. The game came out last year on PlayStation. It's coming out this year on PlayStation. So you still can go ahead and do the same thing you did last year and purchase the game. And that's for everybody. I mean, that's what's really cracking me up here. What he and other people don't like about it is they don't like the fact that they got to go on Twitter and see people talking about it. And that right there is bullshit. Okay? That's bullshit. I'll call bullshit on anybody. Okay? The bottom line is that how does this help you? You tell me, J-Tech, what changed. What changed? Okay, because the MLB The Show was out last year on the PlayStation. It's coming out this year on the PlayStation. It was published last year by PlayStation, by Sony for PlayStation. It's still published this year. by Sony for PlayStation. So what changed? Okay, Game Pass, the price. Let's talk about the price. I have Game Pass. And I would have said this if I got on J-Tech's show. And look, I am not dissing J-Tech. I'm just trying to figure out this whole thing with, Sony is controlling the market. Okay, they control the world marketplace. So there is no console war. But, I mean, he can answer that question, or somebody from his podcast can answer that question. What changed? How does this benefit the Sony gamer? It benefits the Sony gamer because if you want to go out and buy the game, you go buy the game. The same thing you did last year before that. Okay? So that's how it benefits the Sony gamer. And the mere fact that there are people that are still on this console war BS, that's the problem. That is the problem. Okay? Sony wanted market share back that it lost to Xbox during the PS3. It got that back in spades. Okay? When I am 60% of the market, Microsoft is at 30-something%. I'm outselling them 2-to-1. I've ran them out of the physical market. They have to start up a subscription service. It's done. There's nothing left. But let's talk about the price. And this is a hot take. Let's talk about our price. It is $70 to play MLB The Show on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5. I don't know about PlayStation 4, but PlayStation 5. I have Game Pass. As somebody who is subscribed to Game Pass, I am paying $10 a month for Game Pass on PC. I got a little special deal. So in order for me to play this game, which lasts for 9 months, the MLB baseball season lasts for 9 months. Okay, the World Series is in October. It's called the October Classic. That's me hitting 7 months. So if I'm paying $10 a month for Game Pass, at 10 times 7 is what? 70. Okay, then I've got the off-season stuff I got to do. All that happens in November, December. Now I'm paying an extra $20 a month. And guess what? I still don't own the damn game if I get it in Game Pass. I will own it if I buy it on PC or if I buy it on PlayStation. I'm paying $70 and I get that 2 extra months for no extra charge because it's part of the baseball season. And so you have people saying, well, I'm only going to play the game for maybe 2 or 3 months. Well, then, your teams update. Well, if you play MLB The Show, that's the whole thing. These guys didn't even understand how that game updates. Your team updates every at least twice a week because it updates on travel days. So if I'm going to use the Cincinnati Reds, right? If Joey Votto is averaging the week of April 20th, if Joey Votto is averaging 321, when I update my game, he will be averaging 321. Okay? That's the way the update works. If I stop playing the game, and then I come back, I'm like, all right, I only play for 2 weeks, and I come back in June and I start playing, guess what? The game is going to have to self-update again. And, and all kind of things have happened. Injuries have happened and things like that. My point to you is that these guys are like, well, I'm going to put it down and then stop playing. And you're still being charged for Game Pass and you don't have ownership. Okay, so what this comes down to is a bunch of people, and I said this the other night on Porter Rock's podcast, if you ain't got no money, take your broke ass home. And you got a lot of people out there who don't have no money. They don't. Shout out to William Thurgood for subscribing. They don't have no money. And again, I get that. But, I believe in ownership. Now, if you believe in renting things, and I understand why people rent things, I've been there. I was 20 years old when I got my first credit card. I went nuts on it. I didn't understand credit. It was just like, oh, I can go and use this. And, my credit card bill was coming in, and it was like $3 and $6 and stuff like that. And, I got more credit cards. So I understand having to rent stuff because you don't have the money to play it. But at the end of the day, Game Pass is still filler. You're charged a monthly rate and you don't have ownership. I'll use another version of this that I talked about online, Disney Plus. Everything I watch on Disney Plus, the Star Wars stuff, the Marvel stuff, I'm still buying physically in 4K. Why? Because what if I wake up tomorrow and Disney shuts down Disney Plus? Then all that stuff that I've been watching on Disney Plus, it's gone. Just like somebody said, well, it's like Netflix. I'm like, yeah, and if you had Netflix had Infinity War. Netflix had Infinity War. It had Black Panther. I think it had Captain Marvel. Maybe it had Captain, I can't remember. And guess what? As soon as Disney Plus started, they pulled that stuff off of Netflix because Netflix don't own it. And so this comes down to, this is simple. This is still the same thing. Ownership or rental. Now, everybody has their own version of what they want to do. I believe in ownership. That's just me. Okay? I don't believe in renting something I can own because ultimately you pay more money for it. So anybody who gets it in Game Pass, which is fine, you are going to pay more money for it because the baseball season lasts 9 months and you're paying $10 a month. Now they're saying, well, what about all those great Microsoft games? I'm like, okay, give me one. Give me one, because we still don't know. We still don't know when Halo is coming out. We don't have a release date. What other Microsoft games are coming out first party this year? Okay. Now let me make this clear. May is a big month in gaming. May you're gonna have Mass Effect come out, and when does Resident Evil come out? I mean, is Resident Evil gonna be day and date on Game Pass? Is Mass Effect Limited Edition? I mean, these are big games that are coming. Now, I'm not saying they won't be, but I mean, come on. The MLB The Show is not an exclusive title. It went multi-plat last year. MLB published the game to Microsoft, which is fine. It's MLB stuff. Microsoft went back and they cut a deal with MLB, which is fine. You know, how does this affect? How does this help you as a gamer at PlayStation? Well, J-Tech, guess what? You can buy the damn game or you can't or not. That's how it affects you. The same way it affected you last year before that. And that's not just him. That is everybody who is going through the roof. Okay? The console war, I said this months ago, I'll say it again. The console war is over. Sony won the console war. They have a much bigger footprint than Microsoft. The people who don't understand that, they're in for, I said, didn't I say, hey, you're in for a rude awakening. And this is what's happening. So, somebody said a bunch of MLB pre-orders got canceled today. Really? Where, you got a link for that? Show me the link. Okay? I mean, I'm getting MLB The Show. I'm getting the Jackie Robinson version of it. So that's the version I'm getting. So, and that's, yeah, Jackie Robinson, greatest baseball player ever to play the game. So, yeah. But again, it's not everybody that's going, it's not everybody that's going through it. I'm just trying to figure out why a game that's a multi-plat is going to Game Pass is a giant deal, especially when you have access to play it. I could see if it went to Game Pass and you did not have access to play it. You're right, Corey. I mean, again, that's what I'm saying. Somebody has a link to that. You know, somebody has a link to that. All these people are canceling MLB The Show, and I'm not saying it's not true. I'm saying you have to show me a link. So to me, it's funny that there are people complaining about it, but I would have said this if I got on J-Tech's show. Okay? I would have said this, so I don't want people running around like, oh, because I don't cape for anybody. And when you have access to it, that's nothing changed for you. Okay? Nothing changed for you. Is Microsoft going to be aggressive to get games in the Game Pass? Yes, they have to be. I sat up here and told you all, they need to make Game Pass viable. They need at least 30 studios, and they need Game Pass on multiple platforms. Okay? That's just the reality of it. And what this comes down to is simple. Do you want to own something, or do you want to rent something? Me personally, and I can only speak for myself on this, I prefer rentals. I'm sorry, I prefer ownership. Renting, to me, you're wasting money. And again, I've been there. I've been there. I've had to rebuild my credit and everything years ago, and It's a pain to have to go in there and rent to own something. Go rent. Go to a local renter shop, okay? Go to a local renter shop and see how much a basic 4K TV is to rent to own. And then go to wherever, Walmart, Best Buy, Target, go online, eBay, whatever you need to do, Amazon, and see the difference in how much you're paying over 90 days. Okay? I mean, again, renting is fine for temporary stuff, but things that are long-term, that get updates, and MLB The Show gets a ton of updates because you're connected to MLB.com. That's what you're dealing with. And let me make this clear. I'm not knocking it. I think it's good. I put that out on Twitter. I thought that was a good thing for MLB to get their game into Microsoft because this is the first time they've had access to it. So, well, again, it's not a win for How is it a win for Microsoft? I mean, that's my take on it. It's not a win for Microsoft if people cancel it because it's a loss for Sony. You know, it's not, and it's a loss for MLB. It is a loss for MLB. The MLB is the bigger loss simply because of the MLB owns the licensing. Okay, it's an MLB product. It is not a Sony product. See, these ponies are quote unquote running around. They keep forgetting to tell you guys that that Sony does not own MLB. Okay, they publish it to their platform. That's it. Now, if you want to say it's a bad look, okay, but then I'll say you're involved in a console war. But if you want to say it's a bad look, okay, I'm not going to argue with you. Okay, I'm too old to be arguing with a bunch of millennials. So, but I personally believe in ownership. Again, I'm buying all my Marvel movies, even though I can sit down right now. I can sit down right now and stream all my Marvel movies on Disney Plus, a service. But what happens if Disney says, you know what? We're going to take all this off tomorrow. Because I don't own it. You know, I don't own it. And, you know, I got two 4K movies the other day. I bought Iron Man 2 and Iron Man 3. So they were $20. I went up there to Best Buy and I purchased. You know, I bought. You know, and again, if you prefer renting, that's fine. But I rent things like when I go on vacation. I rent Airbnb. You know, I'll rent a moped if I go to an island. Like when I go to the Bahamas at the end of this year, got my fingers crossed because I am moving. When I go to the Bahamas, I'll rent a moped or something like that. So I'm not going to buy a bicycle in the Bahamas. You know, I have a bicycle here. I'm not going to rent to own a bicycle. We'll go in there and buy it. But everybody's different. This is why I'm not, if you think it's a bad deal for Sony, I'm not going to argue with you. I don't know how you come to that conclusion, but I'm not going to argue with you. So I'll be playing MLB The Show on PlayStation just like I did last year. Okay? And people are like, well, they should boycott Returnal and make Jim Ryan put Returnal in PlayStation Now or PlayStation. No, they don't need to do that. Okay? They don't need to do that. Returnal is a AAA game, first time AAA game, I believe, for this studio. And it looks fantastic. So, I mean, again, to me, that's what I'm saying. It's funny. But this is a hot take. So let me see who's here. Let me give a shout out to everybody that's here. Hit that like button, people. Oh, Dribble Piss was happening. Pug Channel was happening. Black Ghost says, yeah. Your Mighty Spartan God was happening. Corey Massey, what is going on? Everybody go check out my Godzilla spoiler. If you are a member, that's a members-only stream, I believe. Let me know what you all think about it. I need what's that thing? I need you all's participation on that one. Blue Rizmo was happening. So, Puck Channel says, Daddy Phil's saving you $60 to $70. Okay. Not true because they're renting the game and they're paying, on average, $10 a month. On average. So they're not saving anything. Again, if the game stays on there for 1 year, they paid $120. Okay, that's the truth. And that's me at $10. I'm paying $120 on Game Pass. And that's on average. Some people are paying more for Game Pass. Some people are paying less. Okay, but on average, we pay on average about $7.99 to about $10 a month. So so you're paying $10 a month, you're paying for the whole time it's there, even though you don't play it. Like I said, it's trash. So I can buy it, and then I will buy it, own it, and play it when I want. So Capono 5150, what's happening? So let's see here. Sony fully owns that franchise. Once again, wrong again, the almighty Spartan God. That franchise is owned by MLB. So it always has been. All Sony does is self-publish it. So, but you can look that up yourself. I mean, I'm not going to... MLB has the license for that. So, again, this PUG channel says Jim Lion Ryan has to go. He's got the role for this. It's not Sony's game. Okay, MLB owns the game. They self-publish it and they cut a deal with Microsoft. That's what happened. That's what happened. So, I mean, again, we did this a year ago. That's what I don't understand. We did this just about a year ago. Did you all not forget about that? Let's see here. I mean, I'll see if I can pull this up again. Alrighty. Let's see here. Alright. I'm going to put this on the screen because this is from MLB Communications, and this hopefully will explain this to you all on who actually owns this title. So, this is from MLB Communications. Let me see here if I can get this to work correctly. Okay. Alright, there you go. That is a tweet from MLB Communications. That's a verified MLB. And at MLB Players. Today, and this is from last year, today MLB Players, that's MLB Players Association, at Sony San Diego and PlayStation announced a multi-year, multi-platform video game partnership extensions. So that's from them. There's your owners. Okay? There's your owners. That's Major League Baseball Player Association with Sony and San Diego have announced a that's it. There's your owners. It's MLB. Look, officially licensed product of MLB Players Inc. That's it. So the almighty Spartan God, you need to have 2 seats on that one, my brother. I'm sorry I had to bust your cheeks, but people can see that plain as day. You can go to the Twitter account if you want to. Sony does not own the license. It is owned by MLB, and Sony cut a license to self-publish the game on Sony platforms, and they were able to keep the development license because MLB wanted them to keep it. So Sony took that, and now that's it. That's your truth. Lorenzo Carson, what's happening? What is happening? This is not me versus J-Tech. J-Tech asks, how is this helping them in the here, like right now? Right now. And how it helps him right now is that, like it helped him last year, and not just him, whoever, you can go buy the damn game if you want to. Or if you don't want to, you don't have to buy it. It's that simple. It's not as hard, but what he does not like is that he has to go on Twitter and look at the Xbox community celebrating Game Pass. And if he just stepped back away from the console war, he would not give 2 shits about it. But that's what you're dealing with. The people who are upset are still in this console war mindset. And I don't care who it is. Okay? I don't care who it is. I mean, I specifically told you all, if you're still doing console war, this new generation, you're going to be finding something else to do. Okay? Because that's over. Sony got, again, and because I do an investment class with a couple of people, I asked about Sony, investing in Sony, and when the guy come back to me and said, yeah, it's a good investment, and I asked him about PlayStation, he said, yeah, PlayStation controls the gaming marketplace around the world. He said, I said, he said, what? I said, what about what happened with the PlayStation 3? He said, yeah, they recovered from that. And this is a guy who don't care about console war. He's just talking about where's a good investment to go. Okay, he said Sony makes movies, they make cameras, they do make gaming systems. And people forget about that. You have all these people that forget about that. So, this ass, he's weird. Now, shout out to Corey Massey. All right, Canolo says he was just listening to MBG. He sounds like he's about to pull his hair out. He's stressing. Well, let him stress. I mean, okay, like I said, I'm not going to argue with people who are stressing. If you're upset about it, then you're upset about it. Okay? So, I mean, I'm not, but I'm trying to explain why I'm not. But to me, I'm just like, well, it's a game that is going to Game Pass. Now, let me be clear. Let me make this clear. If something like Resident Evil goes, or what's the name of Mass Effect, the one that's coming out in May, that would be a bigger deal. Resident Evil is Resident Evil. So I would understand that. Then you'd be like, okay, yes, Sony may need to do some things, make some adjustments. But so my understanding is they have 2 games that are going into Game Pass. They have no new IP coming out, and the people doing the console war are stressed out. I mean, I can't. What are you all going to do when Microsoft actually does have their first-party IP go? Okay. All right. Now I sat here last year, and I said it. And I'll say it again. If you really want to go ahead and experience the full gaming mantra, get yourself a PlayStation and or get yourself a PC. All right, that's it. Same thing that I said last year still applies this year. Get yourself a PlayStation, get yourself a PC. You don't have to worry about none of this. Okay? So let's see here. 10 times 6 is 60. Okay, 10 times. I mean, I'm getting the Jackie Robinson one, so I'm paying $100. Okay, but okay, 10 times 6 is 60. So, well, again, it's not a matter. PC is the best place to play all your games, and what PlayStation has, 1 or 2 games on PC. And Jim Ryan said that more games will go to PC, which again, I have a PC. It does not affect me. So, I mean, again, Sony's worried about market share. As long as they got market share, they ain't going to be upset by putting games other places. Okay? Now, G Jr. says he is wondering if Sony got a cut of that Game Pass money. No. MLB got a cut of the Game Pass money. It was MLB that published the game to Microsoft, I believe. Somebody can double check that. My understanding is MLB also published this. So it is what it is. MLB owns the license, guys, not Sony. Again, do you all understand that? I mean, even though I showed you the official MLB account with the Players Association, okay, at least tell me you understand that Sony doesn't own the license. Sony is the developer. Again, the license that they sign allowed them to keep development and self-publish to their platform. Okay? That's it. That's it. So, let's see here. Yeah, Sony owns the name. Sony may own the name MLB The Show, but that's also co-sponsored by MLB. You just can't go out and officially name their products without them signing off on it. Okay? I mean, I'm not saying that you're wrong, okay, but I'm simply saying that is what it is. So no. What up, Ice Queen? Says that she doesn't care, so she doesn't play the game anyway. Oh, there you go. So, we don't know how long the game will be in Game Pass for. Well, John Dexter, that's true, but more than likely it has to be in there for 1 year because the baseball season does not officially end until like December 20th. It's called the Hot Stove League. That's part of the MLB. Okay? That's part of MLB. So, I mean, if you choose to control a franchise, let me make that clear. There are some people who won't do that. So, but I'm going to choose to control a franchise. So, Let's see here. I'm trying to see who else is asking. I'm trying to see who else is asking questions here. Yeah, June Jr. said, yeah. Xbox didn't buy MLB The Show, so MLB made a deal with Xbox to put it out for rental on Game Pass. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, they didn't. They're not going to buy their game, so they're just going to put it on Game Pass. So this is going to be expected of a lot of games. And so this could be a bad situation for them. Because unless they're able to get all these other companies to buy into Game Pass, I'm talking about the major developers, they'll have a tough time. That's why I just said. And I'm not for sure, when does Resident Evil come out, the new one? When does the new Resident Evil come out? I know Mass Effect comes out May 14th, so we're good there. So, all right. So just FYI. So, Lorenzo Carson, what's up? Do Sony get any money from the sales from Xbox? No, because Sony doesn't own MLB. It's owned by the MLB company and MLB Player Association. Sony's deal was to self-publish it to PlayStation. Okay? I'm sure they're still publishing to PlayStation. So, but people can go look that up, though. So there's no reason. What will happen is if you walk into the store, whatever store you walk into, and you purchase the game, all that money goes back to Sony. They don't, and whatever cut they have with MLB, which somebody told me they actually get a higher cut of it. But I don't know. I can't verify that. So, let's see here. Since I've survived the purge, there are a lot of PlayStation families who are getting unsubscribed from today. Well, what I told you all, what did I tell everybody? I said, Sony, this generation is going to separate the fans from the fanboys. That way you all clearly see who is who. And I said, hey, because this generation, console war is over. It's over. I'm too busy enjoying the games. And shout out to all you all for your support. The PC that I have now, I got a kick butt PC. You all, support that you all have given immensely. I don't deserve this. Okay, my goal was to get 50 subs. Okay, 25 that talks about games and electronics, and 25 that talk about UFOs and stuff like that, and Bigfoot. That was my goal. So honestly, this is much bigger than I anticipated it to be. So, so shout out to JTech Capono 5150. Shout out to him. But and again, I would have said this if I was able to get on this podcast. PlayStation had a. I heard him say, PlayStation had a big launch with the PS5 and got Sackboy and got Demon Souls and got Spider-Man, and you have Insomniac still adding things to Spider-Man, like machine learning and all that kind of stuff. So again, he's right about that, but he wants to know, well, how is this helping us in the here and now? But the reason he's saying that, and not just him, whoever, is because they're looking at it through the eyes of the console war, which is over. Okay, it's dead. It's a dead issue. But they're really struggling with it. They are. Sony's not struggling with it. They own 60+% of the market. So they're fine. Oh, man. So, it's true. Virgil says you don't see how this is. Again, look. If you don't want to buy the game because it went to Game Pass, I can't tell another grown man or grown woman where to put their money, except to donate to me. With that said, however, if you don't want to buy the game, then don't buy the game. Okay, I don't know what else to say to people anymore. You all act like you're powerless. Okay? But what do you expect from a bunch of millennials? This is why people don't like millennials. Stop acting like you're powerless. There's a reason why everybody hates you guys. Nobody likes millennials. Let's see here. Got a super chat from TAZ83. We all meet PlayStation Nation. They said this game was on multi-platform to use. You're right. So I don't get what the problem is. Well, they said it last year.
And again, we already went over this, and I showed them the official announcement from MLB last year, and I literally showed it to them about 10 minutes ago. These guys are just stupid at this point. Not all of them. Not all of them. And again, this is Microsoft has to be aggressive because they have a service to push. They are pushing services. Okay? They're pushing services. So I understand it. I'm like, oh, okay, that actually does make sense. But shout out to you for the thing. So, yeah, the console war is over. Yeah, I mean, come on, guys. It's over. It's been over. Yes, there are people. Look, I get what everybody wants, and you're not going to get it. You want RDX Podcast to come out and say, guys, look, we got some things wrong, blah, blah, blah. Fair enough. But guess what? They're never going to do that. They will never say they were wrong about stuff. So instead of waiting on them, just say, yeah, look, this is over and done with, you know. I mean, because that's the truth. And, you know, just leaving it there. So, let's see here. Yeah, Sony don't give to. Yeah, you're right, Dribble Fist. They don't care. So, another super chat from Dribble Fist that just shows Sony does not care about fanboys, the average gamers, where the money is. Yeah, it's not Sony's game, guys. I mean, we're talking about something that's not even theirs. This is what I don't get. But this is why I said before, this is going to separate the fanboys from the fans. Okay, that's exactly what has happened here. The fanboys have been separated from the fans. So now you guys get to see it. Okay, you guys get to see it. Not me. I told you guys where I stood. Like, hey, look, you know, go, you know, if you want everything, get yourself a PlayStation and then get yourself a PC. That's what you do. All right, you're dealing with a bunch of. Sick Humor's made a legitimate point because the Xbox community doesn't want to pay for shit, and they don't. They think you're stupid for paying for stuff, and you all have bought into that narrative, and you shouldn't have done that. You know, you shouldn't have done that. You should. I mean, this is why I said this is why it was going to have to end, because Microsoft is going to have to start throwing that money around, and that's exactly what they've done. Now, I'm playing the game you're seeing me play right now, Gears 5. That's on Game Pass. How old is Gears 5? Okay. Shout out to another super chat. Console Wars Big Business on YouTube. Yeah, I mean, I can understand, but it's over. I'm not here to say it's not big. And look, I get it. I participated in it. Okay? I participated in it, but when you can clearly see that it's done, it's done. Okay? It is done. So, you know, Microsoft is about getting everybody to play on whatever device they want to play it on. They're also using MLB The Show to push xCloud. You know, that's what they're doing. I mean, I don't know what else to say, man. I mean, it's not frustrating. It's just kind of like, now you see who the fans are of Sony, and you see who the fanboys are of Sony. So... Now, Beezer says, who cares? Microsoft is still to pay Sony. See, no, I don't think they have to pay MLB. I don't think they have to pay Sony, because MLB, I think, published it themselves. I mean, again, I can double check that, though. Let me see if I can find that here. I'm just going to try to find the publisher. That's all I'm doing. So 21 public. Let's see here. Now it's still showing. That's still showing Sony. Hold on. Let me. All right. All right. Here we go. Here we go. I'm just going to put this on the screen for you guys, because this just broke from Screen Rant, okay, 30 minutes ago. And let me put this up on the screen. Let's see here.
Over here. This was published 30 minutes ago. There you go. MLB The Show 21 on Xbox isn't actually being published by PlayStation. Reportedly, PlayStation is not actually publishing the Xbox release of MLB The Show. Those duties will instead fall to MLB. Now, that is from Screen Rant. Let me pull that down. That is Screen Rant, and that is, I want you to see, by Brianna Reeves, published 33 minutes ago. Okay? Guys, this is the truth, and this is why I am the messiah of Xbox. I am not going to lie. What do I get by lying to you guys? Okay, seriously. What do I get by lying to you guys? So again, if you want to pay full price for it, and Sony, that helps Sony out because Sony published it, and this is according to Screen Rant, and I'm sure Sony could come out with a... let me see here. Let me actually switch over to it. So, let's get rid of that. Says word of the baseball franchise's departure from its status as a PlayStation exclusive first entered the public conscious in December of 2019. Okay, the multi-platform shift received a more formal announcement in February of this year once it was available for both consoles, and it was. Says Xbox players were treated to even more good news earlier this morning when Microsoft announced that this year's MLB The Show entry will launch day and date on Game Pass for subscribers to Xbox One and Series XX. Okay, S and X. Game Pass Ultimate members with access to Android smartphones and tablets will get to take to the field as well, courtesy of Xbox, again, Cloud or xCloud gaming data. News at MS has understandably had a wide variety of questions. Chief among them is how PlayStation will respond and if the publisher even had any say in such gaming decisions. Now, this article, again, I want to highlight is, whoops, I can't do that correctly. Me and my fat finger. Okay, this published 30 minutes ago. Okay, it's published 30 minutes ago. So now you know that this is the most recent thing about this. So Sony, again, as I said earlier in this podcast, in my hot take, Sony actually self-published this to their PlayStation. MLB published it to Xbox. That's the deal. So Microsoft walked in and said, we want this game on Game Pass. And they were like, fine. Show us the money. I mean, look, the New York Mets just gave somebody $314 million. I mean, come on, guys. Did you all not see that deal? You know, somebody from the New York Mets, I think a shortstop or an outfielder, got $300+ million. So, I mean, what are we doing here? So, MLB, yeah, there you go, Sam Ash. Yeah, there you go. It's a multi-platform game that's been published, self-published by its creative company on Xbox. That's what's happened. So now the truth is out. Okay? I'm just glad you all see it now. The idiot fan, but they're fanboys. Let's just leave them out of it. Eric says Microsoft just slapped Sony by doing this. Again, I don't know how, but okay. I mean, I'm not gonna argue with people about it. It is what it is. So Xbox finally gets a quality AAA on their systems alone. Oh yeah, it is a good game. I know that because I played it. You know, so it is a good game. So is it Linda? Okay, so Lindor got $314 million from the New York Mets, and you don't think the MLB, PA, and MLB is greedy? Okay. Fletch Davis and Sony making it and putting it on Xbox is still, again, Sony didn't put it on Xbox. MLB put it on Xbox, okay? Now, Sony made the game. If you want to say Sony made the game, that's true. Sony made the game and they self-published the game. That's what happened. Okay? Now that is true. That's true. It is Sony's first party game. But Sony doesn't doesn't have the publishing rights anymore. They don't have exclusive publishing rights. That is the truth. Okay? So they lost the exclusive publishing rights. That's it. That's what happened. So Sony gets the money. That's not true, but okay. It would be cashing it on, putting it on Game Pass for bags of money. I don't know what they paid them, but it was enough for the MLB and MLB Players Association to sign off. That's it. So, but yeah, and again, like I said before, they're actually paying more money for it because Game Pass at $10 a month is $120. So 1 year. So again, it is what it is. It is what it is. So, but guys, that's it. This is a hot take. It's actually went a little longer than I thought. So people pulling out their hair. Those are fanboys. A Sony fan is going to actually sit down, say, okay, who published this, and go from there. So, but again, I'm not going to argue with people anymore. I'm too old to be doing it. The facts are the facts. Either you can vote with your wallet if you don't want to play the game because of MLB publishing it to somebody else, then I can't stop you. And I wouldn't dare to try to stop somebody like that. So, but all right, guys, that is it. I am going to get on up out of here. I assume BitCloud's going to do a RGT today, so I'm sure that everybody, we'll be talking about this if he's able to put that together today. But if not, if so, that's where I'll be at 5 o'clock Eastern time. If not, I will probably be playing. I don't know. I'm trying to finish. I'm playing I finished the Black Cat DLC at 60 frames a second, and I've moved on to, is it The City Never Sleeps? I'm on that right now on Spider-Man. So want to get that done. That way I can load up Miles Morales and play with I'm going to try to get that done and then get Returnal and then stream all that for you guys once it comes out. But appreciate you all, guys. Thank you for the super chats. I do appreciate it. You all have a good, blessed weekend. Will there be 60 frames, no lag to podcast tonight? I doubt it. We did that on Tuesday night. Porter Rock may have a hot take. What is my take on Falcon and Winter Soldier? I promise you, I'm about to watch that right now. I'm about to watch that right now. I've got it queued up right now. So, and again, once these series come out on video, WandaVision, Loki, once they come out on video, I will be buying them on video because I want ownership of my video. So, but I will talk about Falcon and Winter Soldier next week, though, if you want me to. See here, Raven X Guards, the fact that Sony made the game is where I think the outcry is coming from. Sony makes the game, but the game is a multi-plat game. They signed the deal in 2019. So they knew that MLB was going to publish this somewhere else. Sony still kept their dignity as far as I'm concerned. They're like, we made the game, so they make a quality game. MLB loves the fact that they make that game, and they got to self-publish it. That's it. Okay, MLB published it to Microsoft, which is fine. Okay, because it's their game. That's why. But it is what it is. Like I said, if people are upset about that, then don't be upset about that. But all right, guys. But so far, I like the Falcon and Winter Soldier. So far, I have not seen episode 3, and I'm literally going to watch that right now. But all right, guys. I will talk to you all later. You all stay blessed, stay easy, have a good weekend. Peace out.